We have translation in many languages. You can turn on the appropriate subtitles. Special thanks to channel supporters. Today I will teach you how to replace the FUSER fixing film in monochrome copiers. So we will regenerate the FUSER sleeve unit. The FUSER film is much cheaper than the entire unit, so it's worth knowing how to do that. Take the heating module out of the photocopier, and first remove the yellow plug. Then remove the wires from the other side. Take these steps slowly, and make a note of how the cables were laid. Be careful not to break the plastic handles that mark the place for the wires. Remove the 4 screws, securing the upper casing of the fusing unit. Note that these are screws with a special profile, so do not confuse the screws when reassembling. Remove the top casing. Just lift it up. Remove one screw, and release the lamp power cord on the right side. Remove one screw, and release the lamp power cord on the left side. Remove the lamp power cord. Remove the 4 securing screws, and remove the lower casing of the fusing unit. Now we will disassemble the sleeve unit. To do it, unscrew the 2 screws on the gear side. Then remove the 2 springs from the tension of the pressure roller. Release the tension of the springs, and remove them. Remove the 2 securing screws on the side of the yellow plug. Now you can dismantle the FUSER sleeve unit. You can install a complete new sleeve unit, but it's an expensive item, so we'll only replace the FUSER fixing movie as it's a much cheaper option. First, you need to disassemble 2 springs from the metal separator. It's best to use the special spring breaker that I talked about in the first lesson. Remove the metal separator and the 2 springs. Remember how the springs were installed. Clean the metal separator very thoroughly, because the toner residue that accumulates on it is responsible for damage to the heating foil. We start replacing the heating foil. In my opinion, it is best to replace the foil from the left side. Remove one securing screw and remove the heater lamp holder. Remove the 2 screws on the top of the unit. Remove the left metal cover with bushing. Pay particular attention to the heat lamp. You may accidentally break the lamp, so be careful. Just slide off the used heating foil. Order a new heating foil and we begin the installation. Unfortunately, there are no oil components available at the moment. It's a pity, so I'm only replacing the heating foil. In my opinion, it is better to install a new oil element, but maybe it will be available in the near future. Now just a fixing film. Slide in a new heating foil. The foil must slide completely over the bushing, so I need to take off my gloves to do this. Now is success. The foil must completely cover the bushing. Dismantle the second bushing and put it on the heating foil. After installing the bushing, install the metal casing. Reinstall the two bushing retaining screws. Turn the unit over and screw in the two securing screws. Remember about the metal plate. Install the metal mount for the heating lamp. Install two springs and a metal separator. Tension the springs. Install the heating foil module. Tighten the securing bolts on both sides in pairs. Now reinstall the two springs that tension the pressure roller. Reinstall the lower fusing unit cover. Install the lamp power cord correctly and tighten one screw. Install the lamp power cord correctly and tighten one screw. Reinstall the 4 screws to secure the lower plastic fusing unit cover. There is a special hole in the housing for the yellow plug, so you can't go wrong with that. Raise the arms that press down on the lower shaft, and replace the housing. Install the yellow plug in the correct place. Arrange the cables correctly on the right side of the unit. Now, reinstall the 4 screws, securing the upper plastic fusing unit housing. Remember that there are special screws for the housings that allow minimal movement of the housing after installation. Check that the module opens correctly, and that there is no dirt on the roller, which may have gotten during service activities. Replacing the heating foil itself is much cheaper than replacing the entire module called fusing fixing sleeve. It is worth learning this lesson, because the problem related to foil damage is very popular. At the beginning of the defect, the foil may be damaged only on one side. Then, strange noises are heard from the fusing unit. If our lesson was helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you want to support our work, you can find links to Partnite, Patreon and YouTube support in the video description. Thank you and invite you to the next lessons.